Hare Krishna, good morning.
Hare Krishna, good morning.
Hare Krishna. So, welcome to our Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam recitation. Shashwati Mataji, mm, you're there? Or maybe Shubha Mataji, can you read the first 15 verses?
This, which is I'm seeing on my screen.
Correct.
Okay, fine. Yes. But it's in English.
Yeah, it is in English.
Okay. Dhruva Maharaj returns home. The great sage Mahārāja told
Before
Vidur.
you start, maybe you can recite 3 times Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya. Okay.
3 times.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So now I can read.
Yeah, please.
Okay. Chapter 9 Dhruva Maharaj returns home. The great sage Mahārāja told Vidur when the demigods were thus reassured by the personality of Godhead that they were freed from all fear, and after offering their obeisance, they returned to their heavenly planet. Then the Lord, who is none different from the Sahasrara incarnation, got on back of Garuda, who carried him to the Madhuvan forest to see his servant Dhruva. So should I go ahead?
Yeah, please read till verse 15.
Okay. The form of Lord, which was brilliant like lightning, and in which Dhruva Maharaj, in his mature yogic process, was fully absorbed in meditation, all of a sudden disappeared. Thus, Dhruva was perturbed and his meditation broke. But as soon as he opened his eyes, he saw the Supreme Personality of Godhead personally present, just as he had been seeing the Lord in his heart. When Dhruva Maharaj saw his Lord just in front of him, he was greatly agitated and offered him obeisance and respect. He fell flat before him like a road and became absorbed in love of Godhead. Dhruva Maharaj, in ecstasy, looked upon the Lord as if he were drinking the Lord with his eyes, kissing the lotus feet of the Lord with his mouth, and embracing the Lord with his arm. Although Dhruva Maharaj was a small boy, he wanted to offer prayer to the Supreme Personality of Godhead in suitable language, but because he was inexperienced, he could not adjust himself immediately. Supreme Personality of Godhead begin being situated in everyone's heart could understand Dhruva Maharaj's awkward position. Out of his clueless mercy, he touched his conch shell to the forehead of Dhruva Maharaj, who stood before him with folded hands. At that time, Dhruva Maharaj became perfectly aware of the Vedic conclusion and understood the absolute truth and his relationship with all living entities in accordance with the line of devotional service to Supreme Lord, whose fame is widespread, Dhruva, who in future would receive a planet which would never be annihilated, even during the time of dissolution, offered his deliberate and conclusive prayers. Dhruv Maharaj said, "My dear Lord, you are all powerful. After entering within me, you have enlivened all my sleeping senses, my hands, my legs, ear, touch, sensation, life force, and especially my power of speech. Let me offer my respectful obeisances to you. My Lord, you are the Supreme One, but by your different energies, you appear differently in spiritual and material worlds. You create the total energy of material world by your external potency. and after creation you enter within the material world as the Supreme Soul. You are the Supreme Person, and through the temporary mode of material nature, you create varieties of manifestation, just as fire entering into wood of different shapes burn brilliantly in different varieties. O my Master, Lord Brahma is fully surrendered unto you. In the beginning, you gave him knowledge, and thus he could see and understand the entire universe, just as a person awakens from sleep and visualize his immediate duties. You are the only shelter for all persons who desire liberation, and you are the friend of all who are distressed. How therefore can I learned person who has perfect knowledge ever forget you? Person who worship you simply for the sense gratification of this bag of skin are certainly influenced by your illusionary energy, in spite of having you, who are like a desire tree and are the cause of liberation from birth and death. Foolish persons such as me desire benediction from you for sense gratification, which is available even for those who live in hellish condition. My Lord, our transcendental bliss, derived from meditating upon your lotus feet or having about your glories from hearing about your pure uh, glories from pure devotees is so unlimited that it is far beyond the stage of Brahmananda, where one thinks himself merged in the impersonal Brahman as one with the Supreme. Since Brahmananda is also defeated by the transcendental belief derived from devotional service, then what to speak of temporarily blissfulness of elevating oneself to the heavenly planet, which is ended by separating sword of time. Although one may elevate it to the heavenly planet, he fall down in due course of time. Dhruv Maharaj continued. On unlimited Lord, O unlimited Lord, kindly bless me so that I may associate with great devotees who engage in your transcendental loving service constantly, as the wave of a river constantly flow. Such transcendental devotees are completely suited in an uncontaminated state of life by the process of devotional service. I shall surely be also to cross the nascent ocean of material existence, which is filled with the wave of blazing fire like dangers. It will be very easy for me, for I am becoming mad to hear about your transcendental qualities and pastimes, which are eternally existent. O Lord, who have a lotus navel, if a person happens to associate with a devotee whose heart always hankers after your lotus feet, seeking always their fragrance, he is never attached to the material body or in a bodily relationship to offering friends home, wealth, and wife, which are very, very dear to materialistic person. Indeed, he doesn't care for them. O dear Lord, O Supreme Unborn, I know that the different varieties of living entities such as animal, tree, birds, reptiles, demigods, and human beings are spread throughout the universe, which is caused by the total material energy. And I know that there are sometimes manifest and sometimes unmanifest, but I have never experienced the supreme form I behold as I see you now. Now all kind of methods of theorizing have come to an end. My dear Lord, at the end of each millennium, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Garb Garbhodakshi Vishnu dissolved everything manifested within universe into his belly. Garbhodakshi. He lies down on the lap of Seshnag. From his navel sprout a golden lotus flower on a stem, and on the lotus Lord Brahma is created. I can understand that you are the same Supreme Godhead. I therefore offer my respectful obeisances on you, my Lord. By your unbroken transcendental glance, you are the supreme witness of all stages of intellectual activities. You are eternally liberated. Your existence is situated in pure goodness, and you are existent in Supersoul without change. You are original personality of Godhead, full with six opulence. You are eternally the master of three modes of material nature. Thus, you are always different from the ordinary living entities. My Lord Vishnu, you maintain all the affair of entire universe, and yet you stand aloof and are the enjoyer of the result of all sacrifice. My dear Lord, in your impersonal manifestation of Brahman, there are always two opposing elements, knowledge and ignorance. Your multi-energy are continually manifest, but the impersonal Brahman, which is undivided, original, changeless, unlimited, and blissful, is the same of the material manifestation. Because you are the same impersonal Brahman, I offer my respect, obeisances unto you, my Lord, O Supreme Lord. You are the supreme personified form of all benedictions. Therefore, for one who abides in your devotional service with no other desire, worshipping your lotus feet is better than becoming king and lording it over a kingdom. That is the benediction of worshipping your lotus feet. To ignorant devotees like me, you are the causelessly merciful maintainer. Just like a cow who take care of the newly born calf by supplying milk and giving it protection from attack.
Thank you very much, Shubham Mataji.
Thank you.
So, how was your feeling while reading?
Somewhere I was feeling emotional, about to cry, and somewhere I was feeling, I don't know why, fearful.
Hmm. Fearful or fearless, or even both?
Both.
Nice. Yeah, very nice. Thank you very much for reading and also sharing your feeling.
Thank you.
Let's try to gain further understanding from the purports of Srila Prabhupada of these few verses and be blessed.
Okay.
Okay, so let's begin. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayana Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tado Jayam Adhirayet. Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtaki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Chananda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamini Nape Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschyatya Desadarane Vancha Kalpadarabhyascha Kripa Sindhu Mevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So let me do one thing. Forgot to record. Okay, so this is in continuation of Dhruva Maharaj pastime. So Dhruva Maharaj was instructed by his spiritual master Narada Muni. And Narada Muni, by his uh, blessings, Dhruva Maharaj was performing such a great penance that literally choked the whole universe, and everything became stuck because of this potency. And last week we were reading how it is possible. Why? Because he became the whole universe. So his activities were what the whole universe was dictated by. And here we start reading further. Here is a when the demigods were there reassured this the demigods, yeah. So the difference between demons and demigods is that when there is a calamity, when there is a problem, the demons, they become more disturbed and they destroy everything, because they have this spirit that when I cannot enjoy, how can someone else enjoy? Or let me fix it by my own strength. So these are the feelings of a demigod, sorry, of a demon. And in that spirit, they do not see a higher purpose, they do not see a higher source to take shelter of. Whereas the demigods, devatas, what they do is they approach the Supreme Lord because they know, huh, for any calamity, it's not just out of fear or only out of devotion. For everything, one takes shelter of the Supreme Lord. So here the demigods, when they went, they were reassured that nothing to panic, so he will fix the issue. And then the Lord, who is not different from Sahasra Sirsha, we know Sirsha means head and also his brain. Yeah, Sahasra Sirsha means one who has uh, thousands of brains or such a great intelligence. Uh, so uh, he got back on Garuda, and then he visited where Dhruva Maharaj was performing penance. In the purport, Prabhupada is mentioning this Sahasra refers to the personality of Godhead Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. Although the Lord appeared as Kshirodakashayi Vishnu, he has been described here as Sarsirsha because he is not different from Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. So here when we are talking about yeah, further elaborate understanding of the Lord's form, yeah, we refer here the Lord has three forms. One is Mahavishnu, or Karanodakashayi Vishnu, or Karnanava Vishnu. And then the next one is Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, and then there is Kshirodakashayi Vishnu. And here, yeah, Sri Rupa Goswami in his Laghu Bhagavatamrita is mentioning that Sahasra Sirsha, personality of Godhead, uh, who appeared at that time was the incarnation known as Prishnigarbha. And who is Prishnigarbha is one who has appeared as the son of Prishni and Sutapa. Sutapa and Prishni are the divine parents of the Lord who appeared, where the Lord appeared in their womb. I think it is in some purport. It's coming, or maybe side note, side reference. We know that first. Hmm, let me know. Are you able to hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
Prabhuji.
Fine, fine. So here, Prishnigarbha, Srila Rupa Goswami in Laghu Bhagavatamrita is mentioning. So the first, yeah, the Lord appeared as son of Prishni and Sutapa. Then he appeared as son of Atiti and Kashyapa, as Upendra. And we know this Vamana avatar. Then he appeared as son of Devaki and Vasudeva. Hmm. So Lord is selecting, so to say, the most suitable devotees as his parents, and one who is really, really, really longing for such. Hmm. And then here further explanation is given. The form of the Lord, which was brilliant like lightning, and in which Dhruva Maharaj in his mature yogic process was fully absorbed in meditation, all of a sudden disappeared. So the Lord who appeared in this meditation, he disappeared, which disturbed Dhruva. He was feeling and disturbed. Due to that disturbance, his meditation broke. But as soon as he opened his eyes, he saw the Supreme Personality of Godhead. I don't know, someone messaged. I don't know what is that. They became later Vasudeva and Devaki. Yeah, yeah. Right, Omkareshwar Prabhu. Hmm. So, so here, then there is this. The Vidura is further explaining when the demigods were reassured. That is the assurance that the demigods or devotees get from the Lord by default, and that makes them very, very their dealings very carefree, nothing of a big worry. Mm. And the Lord, when he went, he um, Dhruva was meditating, but all of a sudden, the form that appeared in his heart when he was meditating, that form disappeared. And then, when Dhruva Maharaj penance was broken, then he could open. When he opened his eyes, he could see the same Lord. Mm. The same Lord was in front of his eyes. And in this connection, we refer that. Um, the Lord, here we see in Brahma Samhita that Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena, a saintly person who has developed love of Godhead by devotional service always sees the Lord's form as Sham Sundar. This Sham Sundar form of Lord within the heart of a devotee is not imaginary. So this is not like we have to kind of okay, now through scriptures we are reading something, so it could be like this, the Lord, and then we start. No, the Lord Himself manifests in the heart of His devotees, which is a authorized, authentic form. And this Shyam form of the Lord within the heart of a devotee is not imaginary. When a devotee becomes mature in his prosecution of devotional service, he sees face to face the same Shyama Sundar he has thought of during the entire course of his devotional service. Since the Supreme Lord is absolute and the form within the heart of a devotee, the form in the temple and the original form of Vaikuntha, Vrindavan Dham are all the same. They are not different from one another. I think in this connection, yesterday we were hearing in the temple in the Bhagavatam class on the occasion of Nityananda Tarayadashi, Jai Sachinandan Prabhu was mentioning that Prabhupada disciple, when he saw all the paintings of Krishna's pastimes, then he had a question to Prabhupada and he said, these photos in each of the painting, Krishna is looking different. Huh? What is the right feature of Krishna? And Prabhupada said all. Mm. So it's not like, okay, that this is the authentic form of Krishna. Uh, what Prabhupada meant saying here is that the Lord manifests himself in that form. It's not possible for someone to just paint something and then it becomes Krishna. A devotee, when he paints, then that is authentic form of the Lord. The Lord is also manifesting in that form. We know that Lord, Anadim, Ananta Rupam. Sorry, he has unlimited forms, and when he is rendering different kinds of pastimes, his forms are also different. And here, in the purport, Prabhupada is saying, since the Supreme Lord is absolute, the form within the heart of a devotee, the form in the temple, and the original form in Vaikuntha, Vrindavan, Dham, all are same, and they are non-different from one another. And then the further here, after seeing Lord, what is happening? The darshanena gata sadva sa kshitav. Here is saying that after seeing tad darshanena agata sadhava. So now Dhruva Maharaj became confused. Yeah, it's something like, okay, we 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 imagine something, and when that doesn't meet what we really experience, then we are confused. But what is happening here? Uh, but Dhruva Maharaj, he was very, very not just confused, but he is also confident that he has called for whom? For the Supreme Lord. So the form that appeared in front of him is whose Supreme Lord. So immediately what happened? Ch9 Avandata. Avandata, Vandana, offering obeisance, Avandata. And on the ground, he flat on the ground to offer prostrate obeisances to the Lord, just like a rod, Dandavat. Hmm? And these are other symptoms that have been shown by Dhruva Maharaj. What is this? He was greatly agitated and offered his obeisances and respect. He fell flat before him like a rod and became absorbed in love of Godhead. Dhruva Maharaj, in ecstasy, looked upon the Lord as if he were drinking the Lord with his eyes, kissing the lotus feet of the Lord with his mouth, and embracing the Lord with his arms. So, in the purport, we see, yeah. So, all these features, all these features of Dhruva Maharaj's bodily expression indicate that upon seeing the Lord face to face, he developed 8 kinds of transcendental ecstasy in his body. There are 8 kinds of transcendental symptoms that are experienced by great Bhagavats. What are these? Are the um, inertness, like stabda. One cannot move. Like they become like frozen. Inertness, uh, no movement at all, or sometimes perspiration. Sorry, sweat that profusely comes out of their body of seeing such a wonderful swarup, and standing of hairs on end. uh, Usually nowadays it became quite common. People say that, hey, when you are telling these goosebumps are coming, these goosebumps are not so cheap. When we are telling that this is a symptom of great pure devotees. So what we may experience is maybe a kick off such a kind of experience, but not real. And then falling in the voice. So voice, we know, like sometimes get choked, they can't talk. Hmm. Just imagine, shall I use this word or that word, or which word? Is there a word to refer? And that makes them speechless. And then trembling. uh, the body is out of control. Just imagining like a 1,000 volt energy that is passing through one's body. We know what happens. No control. It's only trembling. So the when darshan of the Lord is blessed, then the trembling is also one of the symptoms. And then paleness of the body. Paleness of the body. Usually we see, hey, if someone is practicing bhakti, he will become very, very bright. But what happens is the paleness of the body. The body becomes kind of yeah, lost life. uh, because he's so much absorbed in the darshan of the Lord that all his focus is on the Supreme Lord. Mm. Then tears in the eyes, and finally trance. So these are the 8. We know this Ashtanga Yoga, where we are talking about different stages and experiences, and finally the Samadhi, which is trance here for a devotee. These are the symptoms through which one can see, he is under, uh, yeah. Sometimes I don't know in what is this called in Sanskrit. I don't know in Telugu they call punakam, like as if like, oh, God has entered you, and haunted, right? Not haunted. Haunted is ghost haunting. What is Omkareshwar Prabhu? What is this called? When the Lord enters, sometimes people, then they start worshipping like, oh, Durga Devi or Shakti has entered, so now she is Durga, and they worship.
Possessed by God, they say just that.
There might be some better word in Sanskrit. What is it, or Hindi?
हिंदी में तो यही बोलते हैं, माता आ गई है। कुछ में
माँ देवी आ गई है इसको।
देवी आ गई है।
भवदेश, Bhavavesh. This is what Bhav
Yes, maybe.
Samadhi. Thank you. Yeah, you guys can talk if you can. Don't have to type. I have to again switch between the chat and the main window. Yeah, so we are not talking about that kind of a trance. Yeah, we are talking about real trance where one forgets himself. One is identifying himself only with in connection to the Lord in his service. Just like a piece, mm, a piece of iron when it goes in contact with fire for some time, we see that this piece is no more a iron piece but becomes fire. Anyway, this is as it came, just elaborating. And it is said that these eight symptoms are found in the body during ecstasy, and all of them are possible only by a mixture of um ecstatic divisions. Yeah, this is what in Nectar of Devotion we can get is Vibhava, Anubhava, Satvika Bhava, Vyabhachari Bhava, Sthayi Bhava. So in Bhav stage, one can uh, start or one can experience such kind of symptoms. Mm. So which means if someone is still in a conditional um, bodily conception of identifying oneself with the body, these symptoms are not really symptoms. Yeah, so one have to be very careful, otherwise one may start thinking, okay, even I am getting these symptoms because I am also uh, becoming very matured in my devotion, and that's why I'm getting all these symptoms. No. So this is also we have to understand who usually will get such an experiences. Hmm. Otherwise, what may happen is one may cheaply consider devotion to be such a easy, accessible thing. Okay, so and then did we cover this? Uh, One second. So, and then what happened is after Dhruva Maharaj saw this wonderful Divya Swarup of the Lord, he fell flat on the ground of paid obeisances, and he bodily yeah, these symptoms were shown. uh, Satam vivakshantam atad vidam harir. So now what Lord is doing is ज्ञात्वस्य सर्वस्य च हृदि अवस्थिता कृतं कृताञ्जलिं ब्रह्ममयेन मयेन kumbhuna. What is this? Kumbhana is a conch shell. Is it? With this conch shell, yeah. Uh, Pasparsha balam krupaya kapole. Kapole, yeah, when is the forehead. Kapal we say, na? So here, what happened is after this, Lord has touched the forehead of Dhruva Maharaj with his conch shell. We saw that the same boy who was very confused when he saw the Lord, but yeah, when we hear like, okay, what should we do to when we go to darshan? We pay obeisances. Yeah, so by the blessings of his spiritual master, he has been successful with his penance, and then he was also able to have the darshan of the Lord. But what happened is actually from here after the Lord touched his forehead with his conch shell. Ah, although Dhruva Maharaj was a small boy, he wanted to offer prayers to the Supreme Lord in suitable language. Hmm. And this purport is very nice. And this is also, all of us also carry such a desire to always thank the Lord or appreciate the Lord. And yeah, see, already it's very difficult. It's already very difficult. What to glorify, how to glorify when I don't know the greatness of the Lord? Uh, and here we are talking about a boy who is just 5 years old. Mm. But because he was inexperienced, he could not adjust himself immediately. Uh, yeah, one fine day there was this question. I think Varsanilila Mataji. I mean, not everyone could remember this. I asked if Lord appears now, and he's ready. Come. He came to take away. Who is ready to go with him? There were so many confusing answers, right? So because we ourselves are confused. Uh, Even what Parsanali Mataji answered was also confusing for others. When she said, "Ah, yeah, I'm very happy. If Lord is come to take me, I want to go." We thought, "Oh, huh?" Anyway, so we are talking about confusion. So here I'm just, but because he was inexperienced, he could not adjust himself immediately. But what happened is, the Lord, who is situated in everyone's heart, he understood the awkward position of the Lord, of the devotee. Out of his causeless mercy, he touched his conch shell to the forehead of Dhruva Maharaj, who stood before him with folded hands. And then, all of a sudden, what happened? He became perfect. Hmm. The personality of Godhead being situated in everyone's heart gives a devotee intelligence to describe him. So, to glorify the Lord is not an ordinary thing. To glorify the Lord is very, very difficult. Why? Because it's hmm, theoretically impossible and also practically impossible. Theoretically, we may find some books, some words, but we, yeah, just can read all these verses. That is also impossible because our understanding is not there, our consciousness is not there, and practically, which is when we are coming to execution of it, is also not easy. Only by the grace of the Lord it's possible. So it is therefore understood that when a devotee writes or speaks about the Supreme Lord, his words are dictated by the Lord from within. This is very important to understand that a piece of work that is coming out of a devotee is not his own experiences, is his own imagination. But if he, great Goswamis, when they are writing, they are writing as it is. Why they are empowered? They are empowered. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu blessed all the Goswamis that they dig out every detail, scrutinizing. Yeah, we read this, na? Uh, what is this? That we read every day in the morning from Shat Goswami prayers. I'm only getting Sikshastakam now.
षड् गोस्वामी Ashtakam.
Yeah, what is the first one? No, second one.
I don't remember like that, Prabhuji. I can just see and read.
Acha. Anyway, you see and then tell. Meanwhile, so they're empowered. We see Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami. Of course, they are not ordinary personalities. They're great personalities who came from the spiritual world to bless us this knowledge and understanding. And then we see also the acharyas who have given commentaries. Mm. So they are blessed. Only then their work is perfect and it can reach into the heart and then help us to understand. And this shows that it's the Lord who's empowering. Even if someone is saying that, okay, they may write on their own, then it's only speculation. Mm. In the Prabhupada is saying, huh? So, 10th chapter here. To those who constantly engage in transcendental loving service of the Lord from within, dictates what to do. The Lord is dictating from within what to do next in order to serve Him. So, the Lord is saying, also assuring in Bhagavad Gita that for devotees, what they lack, I give. Hmm? So, here we see when Dhruva Maharaj, when he got darshan of the Lord, when he was in awkward position, could not speak and glorify the Lord. It's very, very awkward position. The Lord Himself is there, and we don't know how to honor, how to respect, how to offer our obeisances and glorification. What kind of situation it is. It's also when we have spiritual master, uh, we always fall short of words, and then. After the Vyasa Puja, then we are seeing, okay, that's why usually what we do is at least 3 months or 4 months in advance, or even, yeah, as and when we get chance, we start writing about what has happened with our relationship this year, the last years, and all these things. We prepare ourselves so that It's not like, okay, there is a deadline, now we have to write our Vyas Puja and send it to the people who are compiling the book. But usually what we do is we keep on reflecting what we have done and how the spiritual master has blessed. Yeah, this is also will come later in the purports, the importance of spiritual master. So, yeah, only by the grace of the Lord one can glorify Him. This is the point. When Dhrumaras felt hesitant, not knowing how to describe the Lord's for want of sufficient experience, the Lord, out of His causeless mercy, touched His conch shell to Dhruva's forehead. And then, because of that, what state he achieved was already, mm, it's called Brahmamaya. Brahmamaya, because when one is thus inspired, the sound he produces exactly correspond to the sound vibration of the Vedas. So what happened is, just by touching the forehead with this conch shell, uh, Dhruva was blessed with the complete knowledge of the Vedas. Hmm? This is not the ordinary sound vibration of this material world, the sound vibration that he got. Therefore, the sound vibration of Hare Krishna mantra, although presented in ordinary alphabet, should not be taken as mundane or material. So we should also understand that, okay, um, the Hare Krishna mantra is not material, it is transcendental and very, very highly potent. And why? Because the Lord Himself, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, has inaugurated this Hare Krishna mantra for the welfare of everyone, so that one can take up to this and attain perfection. Mm. It's so nice for us, especially when are we can very easily get in such kind of awkward position that when some personality come, when the Lord Himself come, what can we glorify? Just chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Uh, and then further it goes on after the touch of um, this. Conch shell. So he became perfectly aware of Vedic conclusion and understood the absolute truth and his relationship with all living entities. Huh? So here we see that is the state. He, he understood the Vedic conclusion uh, and understood the absolute truth and his relationship with all living entities. And now, in accordance with the line of devotional service of the Lord, whose fame is widespread now, Dhruva, in the future would receive a planet which would never be annihilated, even during time of dissolution, offered his deliberate and conclusive prayers. Now, this is so nice. Huh? Here we see that now Dhruva Maharaj is empowered. Hmm? uh, and the word is used as bhakti bhava. So with that he was able to speak. mm. He was able to speak about the transcendental subject glorification of the Lord. And in the purport Prabhupada is mentioned this purport. Yeah, there are so many, or the main important is first, because of that Dhruva Maharaj understood the relationship between the Lord and the jivas, relative material and spiritual energies. Huh? Um, Usually, we know that so many yogis and rishis are reading Vedas to just come to this understanding, to know what is black, what is white, and to understand what is spiritual, what is material. Hmm. Dhruva Maharaj was blessed just by a touch of the Supreme Lord's conch shell. Dhruva Maharaj never went to any school or academic teacher to learn the Vedic conclusion, but because of his devotional service to the Lord, as soon as Lord appeared and touched, automatically the entire Vedic conclusion was revealed to him. That is the process of understanding Vedic literature. One cannot understand it simply by academic learning. Hmm? Why? The Vedas indicate that only to one who has unflinching faith in the Supreme Lord, as well as in the spiritual master of is uh, the Vedic conclusion revealed. So here we understand that it's not an easy thing. If at all we are serious, if at all we want to understand who am I and what is our relationship with the Lord, we have to take shelter of the spiritual master and his bona fide representative, spiritual master. And then only this Vedic understanding can be revealed. That's why if you see, if you come from the Eastern world, where it's all so much importance is given to Guru. These days, that is also somehow diminishing because people think that I don't need a guru, I can manage myself. There are so much material on internet, I can search and read and understand it, or I can um one thing is Google it up, or other thing is self exploration, or there are so many books I have to just open them. So we think that the resource is in our hand, so we don't need guru. Hmm? It's not possible to understand. Yeah, maybe some great, very, very handful maybe have achieved that by the grace of maybe their previous Sukruti, but that's not the normal way. The normal way where we see even Krishna himself took, uh, um, what do you call this? Uh, he went to Gurukul, yeah, he went to Sandeepani Muni, and Lord Ram, he took instructions from Vashishta Muni. Yeah, so teacher is very important. Spiritual master is very important. We need shiksha and diksha in our life so that we can gain the knowledge and be connected with the Supreme. So this is very important. And then Dhruva Maharaj is that here we see who is his spiritual master is Narada Muni. Hmm. As a result of his rendering such devotional service with great determination and austerity, the personality of Godhead personally manifested himself before him. So, this is what it is by the grace of the Lord, by the grace of the spiritual master, one gets the bhakti lata, or the seed of bhakti, so that this creeper of bhakti can develop. And Dhruva Maharaj was blessed with by Narad Muni as a spiritual master. And what will one get by pleasing the spiritual master and by serving according to the instructions of the spiritual master? One attains uh, the Lord. Dhruva was only a child. He wanted to offer nice prayers to the Lord, but because he lacked sufficient knowledge, he hesitated. While the Lord gave him, he became completely aware of Vedic conclusion. This is first thing. The conclusion is based on proper understanding of difference between Jiva and Paramatma, the individual soul and the super soul. Hmm? Individual soul is forever the servant of the super soul, and therefore his relationship with the super soul is to offer service. And this is what is called Bhakti Yoga or Bhakti Bhava. So Dhruva Maharaj, yeah, he was not doing kind of speculation, or he was not doing the impersonal way of approaching the Lord. Here it is purely based on Bhakti Yoga. Why? In this Bhakti Yoga, one is offering prayers. The only prayers worth offering are those offered to the Supreme Lord, whose reputation is spread far and wide. So Dhruva Maharaj, though he wanted to get the kingdom of his father, or not even that, he wanted to just sit on the lap, was refused. Even to allow him to get on his lap. In order to fulfill his desire, the Lord had already created a planet. This is the second thing that we see from the verse. You, Lord is so merciful when He is pleased. Uh, just imagine. He doesn't have something cheap to give. Hmm? If you go to a very rich person, he may have all the things with him which are very, very expensive. A watch could cost few mm, $1 million. Sometimes I come across to see what is that? Is it so expensive? Huh? I can't even imagine how come that small thing can be so expensive, just like a plate or a spoon, or Huh? So when one goes, yeah, if we go and ask, can you give me a spoon? Yeah, the spoon that he will give also will not be an ordinary one. And here, Dhruva Maharaj is blessed by the Lord. And of course, his intention when he came out of his house was something. Yeah, he wanted to sit on his father's lap, mm, to see to it that this injustice can be corrected by. So that was his intention. But then, what happened when we see that as a conclusion, we see that the Lord blessed him a place which will never get annihilated. Hmm. So, yeah, see, in that way also, if one has any desires, the best thing is to approach the Supreme Lord. Huh? One gets also the best thing. Huh? So, Dhruv Maharaj attained his perfection not by acting hastily, but by this is another point. So, Dhruv Maharaj attained his perfection under the guidance of spiritual master. Otherwise, there is no chance to get such a benediction. Therefore, he became so successful that he saw the Lord face to face. Now, he was further enabled by the causeless mercy of the Lord to offer fitting prayers to the Lord. Not only that, he is blessed a residence which doesn't get annihilated, but he is also blessed with the conclusion of Vedas, yeah, Vedanta. So to glorify or offer prayers unto the Supreme, one needs the Lord's mercy. One cannot write to glorify the Lord unless one is endowed with his causeless mercy. So here, oh, I need to speed up. I think I'm still in the sixth one. So here, and then um, after this, now Dhruva Maharaj is speaking. Now Dhruva Maharaj is saying that, my dear Lord, you are all powerful. After entering within me, you have enlivened all my sleeping senses. Huh? My hands, legs, ears, touch sensation, life force, and especially my power of speech. Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto you. So we know this, right? A layman can walk, a dumb man can speak if the spiritual master um, blesses him. Hmm? What is that? Pangam langayatim girim. What is the first one? Mukam karochi vachalam pangam langayatim girim. Yat kripa tamaham vande. Hmm? So the mercy, the kripa of the Guru is so powerful that a dumb man can speak. A layman who doesn't have legs, yeah, he can climb hills or bear. Similar thing is also mentioned in Christianity. Huh? So if one has the will power, hmm, if if one can praise the Lord, then he can lift the hill, hmm, something like that. So here we can see that Dhruva Maharaj understood very easily the difference between his condition before and after attaining this spiritual blessing, or yeah, the touch of the Lord. So here Dhruva Maharaj is saying that my condition before was horrible. Mm, mm. Yeah, I was always connected myself with the body, which is he's referring at senses. Unless one comes to the spiritual platform, his bodily limbs, mind, and other facilities within the body are understood to be sleeping. Unless one is spiritually situated, all his activities are taken as a dead man's activity or ghostly activities. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has composed a song, Jeev Jago. So here we see, uh, O living entity, get up. How long shall you sleep on the lap of Maya? Now you have the opportunity of possessing a human form of body. Now try to get up and realize yourself. The Vedas also declare, get up, you have the opportunity, the boon of human form of life. Now realize yourself. So, if you really want to understand what is the Vedas, what is the purpose of Vedas ultimately, yeah, at a detailed level, it could be looking like a normal, a guide of how to live a pure form, pure life, and no, but not that is not the ultimate. The ultimate purpose is to understand that I am this body, I have this rare opportunity to glorify the Lord and be blessed and serve the Lord and attain perfection. So that is the basic injunction. So Dhruva Maharaj actually experienced that upon enlightenment of his senses on the spiritual platform, he could understand the essence of Vedic instruction. Hmm? This that the supreme personality of Godhead is the supreme person. He is not impersonal. Huh? Dhruva Maharaj could immediately understand this fact. He was aware that for a very long time he was practically sleeping, and he felt the impetus to glorify the Lord according to the Vedic conclusion. A mundane person cannot offer any prayer or glorify the Supreme Lord because he has no realization of the Vedic conclusion. This is another proof that Dhruva Maharaj he is blessed with the Vedic conclusion, understanding of it. Therefore, when Dhruva Maharaj found this difference within himself, he could immediately understand it was because of the causeless mercy of the Lord. He offered obeisances to the Lord with great respect and reverence, completely understanding that the Lord's favor was upon him. Uh, in this verse, therefore, the words Swadamna, the strength, we also come across in Damodar Ashtakam, right? Damne, strength. Swadamne here means by the spiritual energy. Uh, Spiritual enlightenment is possible by the mercy of the supreme spiritual energy of the Lord. Hmm. The chanting of Hare Krishna is Hare Krishna mantra. In that we are addressing Hare. Yeah, this Hare. What is the meaning of Hare? Is the energy of the Lord. The chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra is first addressed to the spiritual energy of the Lord, Hare. This spiritual energy acts when a living entity fully surrenders and accepts his position as an eternal servitor. If we have a challenge to understand um, the glories of Hare Krishna mantra, if we say that, oh, I've been chanting this mantra but no result is coming, that is because we have not understood in what spirit we have to recite, what spirit we have to chant. We have to be understanding that I am the servitor of the Supreme Lord. And because I am servant, I am asking strength, the spiritual strength of the Lord, Hare, Krishna, of whose Krishna. Hmm? This spiritual energy acts when a living entity fully surrenders and accept his position as eternal servant. When a person places himself at the disposal or the order of the Supreme Lord, what is that called? Sevan Mukhe. Hmm? Sevan Mukha means one is turning towards the Lord in the servitude to offer service. At that time, the spiritual energy gradually reveals the Lord to him. So the spiritual energy will reveal the Lord to that practitioner. Without revelation by the spiritual energy, one is unable to offer prayers glorifying the Lord. So, and again, here, very important here is any amount of philosophical speculation or poetic expression by mundane persons is still considered to be the action and reaction of material energy. If one has a very nice, um, what do we call this? Base, not database, if one is having he's a prodigy, he's expert in a lot of words, vocabulary and everything, and if he is using them and just using them, but if he is not devotee, that means he is not blessed. It is only still metal energy platform. When one is actually enlivened by spiritual energy, all his senses become purified and he engages only in the service of the Lord. At that time, his hands, legs, ears, tongue, mind, genitals, everything engage in the service of the Lord. Such an enlightened devotee no longer has any material activities, huh? And he works in pure in bhakti. In the beginning, the senses are engaged by the direction of the spiritual master and shastras. So this is important. How to come to that stage is to take shelter of spiritual master. Huh? And after realization, when the same senses are purified, then the engagement continues. So there are two levels of bhakti. Hmm? One is a very, very initial bhakti where things happen mechanically, and once realization comes, yeah, one is the what is this? Raganuga Bhakti, Ragatmika Bhakti, that is next stage. But before that is the bhakti that is performed under the rules and regulations, and who is giving that guidelines and instructions? Spiritual master. And though we do not understand the worth of it, if we execute them, it is all auspicious. We may not understand that now. We may not know what is the worth of it, what will we achieve with it. But if we just accept the instruction of the spiritual master and just without a second doubt, huh, just do, then what will happen is that we come to this platform of appreciating this, and then, yeah, come to a stage of realization, and then we will have ruchi, then we will have the taste. uh, Rati is even higher, bhav is very very high, prem is ultimate. But before that all, there is this initial, only by the spiritual master one can come uh, even start developing faith. Yeah. So that is this verse. The more and more, I think I can take less. Still, there is a lot to cover. Ekastvam eva bhagavan idam atmasakya mayakhya yoru gunaya mahad adi asesham. So this is referring to, yeah, now I mean this all these verses till verse number 17, Dhruva Maharaj is glorifying, and because the Lord has empowered, this glorification is also authentic. It's not like okay imagination, or it's not like okay uh, uh, mm, can I use it? Yes, very well use it, because this is indeed the authentic source of the form of the Lord. My Lord, you are the supreme one, but by your different energies you appear differently in spiritual and material world. You create the total energy of the material world by your external potency, and after creation you enter within the material world as the super soul. You are the supreme person, and through the temporary modes of material nature, you create varieties of material of manifestation, just as fire entering into wood of different shapes burn brilliantly in different varieties. Yeah, there is this point in this the fire example is given, right? Just as a fire burns differently different wood according to the size and quality of the wood, in the case of devotees the same energy is transformed into spiritual energy. That is possible because the energy of the original spiritual because the energy is originally spiritual, not material. As said, Vishnu Shakti Paraprokta. The original energy inspires a devotee, and thus he engages all his bodily limbs in the service of the Lord. The same energy as external potency engages the ordinary non-devotees in material activities for sense enjoyment. We should mark the difference between Maya and Swadhama. Hmm. Swadhama, for devotees, the Swadhama acts, whereas in the case of non-devotees, the Maya acts. This is very, very important. When we see, when we take even little interest into devotional life, we see our life is totally different compared to any other materialist. Though it may look like activities look same. I mean, there is also a nice verse later, but we are constantly, constantly blessed by the mercy of the Lord. Have anyone seen how a bird feeds its baby birds? Hmm?
Yes,
Yes.
mother bird put piece of grain directly in the mouth of their
Yeah.
babies.
Yeah. The baby doesn't has to go around. The baby bird is just opening, and the main bird is keep on feeding, feeding, feeding. All the worms and everything that it brings, it just pushes. So when we take shelter of the Lord, so we will be inspired. Whatever we are lacking, the Lord is giving us so that we can appreciate it. Oh, my master, Lord Brahma is fully surrendered unto you. In the beginning, you gave him knowledge, and thus he could see and understand the entire universe. Just as a person awakens from sleep and visualizes his immediate duties. Hmm. So, you are the only shelter of all persons who desire liberation. Even if one wants liberation, you are the only shelter, and you are the friend of all who are distressed. How, therefore, can a learned person who has perfect knowledge ever forget you? Now, this element of forgetting is quite interesting. The Supreme Lord cannot be forgotten even for a moment by his surrendered devotees. Because we didn't surrender, that's why we forgot him. The devotees understand that the Lord's causeless mercy is beyond his estimation. He cannot know how much he is benefited by the grace of the Lord. The more a devotee engages himself in devotional service, the more engagement is supplied by the energy of the Lord. So what is happening is we are thinking, मेरे पास time कहाँ है, हाँ मेरे पास पैसे नहीं हैं, all these things what we think they could appear genuine, but even if we start somewhere, even if we take little time, even if we even if we engage for a very small time of the day and engage ourselves, our resources, our senses little, then what is happening by that? we are attracting the mercy of the Lord, the blessing and the grace of the Lord, and that makes us to uh, give ourselves more time. The more a devotee engages himself in devotional service, he is giving the Lord is giving more encouragement by giving what is required. In Bhagavad Gita, it says that to those who are constantly engaged in devotional service with love and affection, the Supreme Personality of Godhead gives intelligence from within, and thus they may make further progress. So, what else we need? Huh? There is no room of any getting cheated. Why? Because the Lord is giving us the knowledge. It's not from outside someone is uh, giving propagandas or bombarding with nonsense. No, the Lord is revealing from within. He always feels obliged to him for having achieved increased power in devotional service by his grace. Saintly persons like Sanaka Sanatana and Lord Brahma were able to see the entire universe by the mercy of the Lord through knowledge of the Lord. The example is given that a person may apparently abstain from sleep all day. This is nice. So one may not sleep at all, but as long as he is not spiritually enlivened, he is actually sleeping. Though we are thinking, half of the day I'm sleeping. No, from this we see that if we are not doing devotion, we are sleeping always. But as long as he is not spiritually enlightened, he is actually sleeping. He may sleep at night and perform his duties in the daytime, but as long as he does not come to the platform of working in spiritual enlightenment, he is considered to be always sleeping. A devotee therefore never forgets the benefit derived from the Lord. Artha Bandhu. Artha means distressed. The Lord is addressed here as Artha Bandhu, the friend of distressed. Bhagavad Gita also says, after many, many births of executing severe austerities in search of knowledge, one comes to the point of real knowledge and becomes wise. When? When one surrenders to the Supreme Lord. Hmm. Dhruva Maharaj is saying, persons who worship you simply for sense gratification. Uh, what is the sense gratification? For the sense gratification of this bag of skin. What is it called? Kupana. Sorry, Kudapa. Sorry, Kudapa. Kudapa is a bag of blood and bones. Or this is what is actually a dead body. Kunapa. So even one persons who worship you simply for sense gratification are certainly influenced by your illusory energy. Your energy, even that is possible only because of your illusory energy. In spite of having you, who are like a desire tree and are the cause of liberation from birth and death, what is happening? Such foolish people, what they do? They are still asking something for material enjoyment, which is available even for those who live in hellish condition. Even for hellish condition, these things are provided. So this is so nice. Dhruva Maharaj is repenting because he had come to the Lord to render service for material profit. We know why he came, why he is worshipping. Here he condemns his attitude. Only due to gross lack of knowledge does one worship the Lord for material profit or for sense gratification. When we are really talking about the topmost level of faith or bhakti is unflinching and unmotivational. Unmotivational materialistically. But Dhruva Maharaj is saying, oh, what kind of foolish person I am that I have been. What I am asking to you, the Lord is like a desire tree. Mm. Anyone can have whatever he desires from the Lord, but people in general do not know what kind of benediction they should ask from him. So we see that even great Rishi, we know Atri. Mm, He was just even in that his prayer was asking, "Oh Lord." Uh, he was not sure that he could directly address to Vishnu and then be blessed. And then in that prayer also he wanted son like. not himself. So anyway, but forget about such exalted personalities. Forget about them, because we cannot understand them and appreciate. And but at least we know about ourselves. We know what desires are inside our heart. What kind of uh, it's a production system that is inside our heart, that is producing all kinds of things, one after the other, one after the other. Uh, there is a very nice project going on inside our heart, that is producing desires, and one after the other, and that too we are not seeing what is the side effect of it. Just like in this material world, we have so many inventions, discoveries, creations, so many things, and one after the other they are rolling out. We we are very happy seeing them coming up, but we don't know what is really, is it benefiting or not. And of course, here, just like we are using the resources, energy and everything to achieve or realize those desires. uh, so one understands that, oh, Lord is shortcut, or Lord is so powerful that he will give me, let me do this kind of puja, that kind of arti, yeah, through which I can attract the blessings by my right of devotion. huh? And in that, what we are doing is we are approaching the Lord in different levels of our faith, and for different duplicious intentions. Anyone who has anyone sorry so here, happiness derived from the touch of skin or sensuous happiness is present in life of hogs and dogs. Such happiness is very insignificant. If a devotee worships the Supreme, the Lord, for such insignificant happiness, he must be considered devoid of all knowledge. So, if we claim ourselves becoming devotees, we should also understand that uh, it's not worthy to spend our thoughts and efforts in gaining material benefits, unless if those can be engaged in the service of the Lord. There is no harm to aspire material things, as long as we can um, change it spiritual. Just like a piece of iron may not have any attractive power, but if it is rubbed against by the magnet, then it becomes magnetized. So we have to see whatever product that comes in our hand, we have to engage it into in Krishna's service. Then these things become no more material things, and we are not entangled. My Lord, the transcendental bliss derived from meditating upon your lotus feet. Oh, this is very nice verse, very nice. Or hearing about your glories from pure devotees is so unlimited. huh? The bliss is unlimited. And now this Dhruva Maharaj is comparing what how it's unlimited, and then still what is happening. He's saying, when one is meditating at your lotus feet, upon your lotus feet, or hearing about your glories from pure devotees is so unlimited that it is far, far beyond the stage of Brahmananda, the stage of happiness that is one experiencing, coming to a Brahman realization. And now the point comes, where one thinks himself merged in the impersonal Brahman as one with Supreme. Since Brahmananda is also defeated by the transcendental bliss, now he is saying, then what to speak of temporary blissfulness of elevating oneself to heavenly planets? That is that is not so great. Huh? That happiness is nothing, which is ended by what? How does it end? By separating sword of time, which is this time will take away even that kind of temporary bliss that one experiences even in the heavenly planets. Although one may be elevated to the heavenly planets, he falls down in due course of time. This is what Dhruva Maharaj is saying. And Prabhupada in the purport is saying, from Shravanam Kirtanam. Uh, so from Shravanam and Kirtanam, what is one getting is uh, that bliss that is far, far beyond the stage of Brahmananda stage. So Here he's saying primarily from Shravanam, Kirtanam, hearing and chanting, uh, uh, cannot be compared to the happiness derived by karmis, by elevating themselves to the heavenly planets, or even by jnanis or yogis who enjoy oneness with the Supreme Brahman. Yogis generally meditate upon the transcendental form of Vishnu, but devotees not only meditate but actually engage in the direct service of the Lord. So that is the difference. Yeah, and in the yeah, the position of karmis is even, yeah. Now we are talking about not even gyanis and yogis who are mm, not having any material attachment, or not having such a conditioning. Uh, Karmis are even in more degraded stage, are still more degraded. Hmm. Here it says their aim is to elevate themselves to the higher planetary systems. It is said, Yanti Deva Vrata Devan. Persons who worship the demigods are elevated to heavenly planets. But again, in the same chapter, we see that what is that? But elsewhere, yeah, we find Ch9 Punya Martya Lokam Visanti. So one after that Punya, that result one what is accumulated is gone, he will fall flat. And the example or analogy is Prabhupada is giving, and also in this translation, he is like modern astronauts who go to the moon. As soon as their fuel is used up, they are obliged to come back down to this earth. As the modern astronauts who go to the moon or other heavenly planets by force of jet propulsion have to come down again after exhausting their fuel. So also do those who are elevated to heavenly planets by force of yajna and pious activities. But what is happening? Antakashi Lulitat, by the sword of time, one is cut from his exalted position within this material world and he comes down again. And that's why Patatam Vimanat, here Patatam means fall down, right? Vimanat means Viman, airplane. So those who are elevated to heavenly planets are like airplanes which fall. Patatam Viman, which drop when they run out of fuel. That's why here he is saying, Bhaktim Muhu Pravahatam Tvai Me Prasango. This verse has uh, um, so much to know, which explains that what is important. Bhuya Ananta Mahatam Amalasa Yanam. Um, Here it says that kindly bless me. What is the blessing that Dhruva Maharaj is asking? Actually, if I take this one verse, we can speak for hours. This one, what is that? Is s- kindly bless me so that I may associate with great devotees who engage in your transcendental loving service constantly, as the waves of river constantly flow. Hmm. Such transcendental devotees are completely situated in an uncontaminated state of life. By the process of devotional service, I shall surely be able to cross the nascent ocean of material existence, which is filled with waves of blazing, fire like dangers. It will be very easy for me, for I am becoming mad to hear about your glorious transcendental qualities and pastimes, which are eternally existent. See, this says that even if one aspires for a relief from this material conditioning, suffering, dangerous, precarious mm, uh, circumstances, the best shelter is association of devotees. Why? Because of their association, what happens? Such transcendental devotees are completely situated in an uncontaminated state of life. Whether we take science of psychology or anything, we can understand that if we are living with people, then we start getting influenced by their consciousness. If we are people who are very very agitated, then after few years we get agitated. Yeah, if we are people with who are very much determined, we will also develop the quality of determination, dedication. If we are with people who are peaceful, then eventually, slowly, of course, if the person who is peaceful is very determined, then we also will develop peacefulness. Otherwise, yeah, we may mess up him. Hmm. So anyway, so the point here is that it's very, very important what kind of association we are in. Huh? The significant point in Dhruva Maharaj's statement is that he wanted the association of pure devotees. Transcendental devotional service cannot be complete and cannot be relishable without the association of devotees. This is very, very important to the extent that Prabhupada is saying that uh, this Krishna consciousness. We have therefore established ISKCON. Anyone who is trying to be aloof from this Krishna consciousness society, uh, yeah, it's a very, very strong warning. And yet engage in Krishna consciousness. They may think that I have nothing to do with ISKCON. Why do we need to get into an organization, and organizations may exploit us. They may always take more money from us. And no, 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 let me practice Krishna consciousness without all this, because ultimately me and my God, that is the only thing. No, Prabhupada is clearly mentioning here that association of devotees, and what, how, who are who are in the, what do we call, authentic, no, who are in authorized process of practicing devotional service. Yeah, uh, they, Prabhupada has established this ISKCON, International Society for Krishna Consciousness, and yet if one does not do and yet engages in Krishna consciousness, is living in a great hallucination. He is thinking that he is practicing bhakti, but he is not doing it, for this is not possible. From the statement by Dhruva Maharaj, it is clear that unless one is associated with devotees, his devotional service does not mature. It does not become distinct from material activities. So we have to be very, very careful. That's why here and in other place also, Satam Prasangan Mama Virya Samvido Bhavanti Hritkarna Rasayana. So here is saying, what is the benefit? Not even benefit, it's a must. Only in the association of pure devotees can the words of Lord Krishna be fully potent and relishable to the heart and ear. So Dhruva Maharaj is asking that. Explicitly wanted the association of devotees. That association and devotional activity is just like the waves of an incessantly flowing river. In our Krishna consciousness society, we have full engagement 24 hours a day. Especially, you may have seen yesterday how it was. Did we have any time? Every moment of our time is always busily engaged in the service of the Lord. This is called the incessant flow of devotional service. Hmm? We, yeah, there is no gap. And this is coming from what? Bhagavad Gunakatha. For anyone who persistently engages in hearing the topics of the Lord from Bhagavad Gita and Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita, and who is actually addicted to this process, just as one becomes addicted to intoxicants. How much addicted should we become to this hearing and to hearing Bhagavatam and all? As much as like an intoxicant. He fails to control his senses. He fails to be controlled by others. He is totally in his own world. So we should be like that. It is very easy to cross the nescience of material existence if we develop such kind of addiction. The ocean of material nescience is compared to a blazing fire, but to a devotee, this blazing fire is insignificant because he is completely absorbed in devotional service. We may think, oh, come on, there are so many problems burning me left and right, roasting me, frying me all. Uh, I'm getting fried up. But if we are fired up in bhakti, then nothing will happen. Although the material world is blazing fire to a devotee, it appears full of pleasure. Vishwam Purna Sukhayate. The purport of this statement is that devotional service in the association of devotee is the cause of development of further devotional service. And this is very nice. This purport, it's saying that what is the benefit of association of devotees? Huh? Don't we all have this wonderful dream that, oh, one day we want to be in the spiritual world and engage in devotional service? What is the difference between that devotional service and this devotional service? Is it not that we can just do it here? Huh? By devotional service only is one elevated to the transcendental planet, Goloka Vrindavan. And there also, what are we doing? Huh? There also we are what we are doing. We are only doing devotional service. Huh? But there is slight difference. For the activities of devotional service, both in the world, in this world and spiritual world, are one and the same. Devotional service does not change, but what happens? Yeah, the relishable aspect changes. The example of a mango can be given here. If one gets a unripe mango, it is still a mango, and when it is ripe, it remains the same mango, but it has become more tasteful and relishable. Similarly, there is devotional service performed according to the direction of spiritual master and injunctions and regulative principles of Shastra. This is, and there is devotional service in the spiritual world rendered directly in association with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But they are both the same. There is no change. The difference is that one stage is unripe and other is ripe and more relishable. It is possible to mature in devotional service only in the association of devotees. Hmm. And then Dhruva Maharaj is saying, "Oh Lord, who have a lotus navel, if a person happens to associate with a devotee whose heart always hankers after your lotus feet, seeking always their fragrance, he is never attached to the material body or in a bodily relationship to offspring, friends, home, wealth, and wife, and which are very very dear to the materialistic persons, right? So if we think, oh no no, I have attachment somehow, my friends, my wealth, my family, my home, and all these attachments, right? My will disappear only when we are in the association of devotees, because association of devotees, they are always not so keen on all these things because they understand their relationship is nothing with all these things. This is only a illusory relationship that we have built up, but the real relationship is uh, our prakritik, our real constitutional relationship is that I am the servant of the Lord. This is the special advantage. A special advantage in devotional service is that devotees not only enjoy transcendental pastimes of the Lord by hearing and chanting and glorifying them, but also not very much attached to their bodies. Unlike the yogis who are too attached to the bodies and who think that by performing bodily gymnastic exercises, they will advance in spiritual consciousness. So Dhruva Maharaj plainly says that a devotee has no more bodily interest. Mm. He is not interested in bodily relationship with wife, children, home, bank, balance, etc., or in the distress and happiness which comes from these things. This is the special advantage of being a devotee. This status of life is possible only when a person is interested in associating with a pure devotee who always enjoys the fragrance of the lotus feet of the Lord. The next one I'll go a little quickly. So Dhruva Maharaj further glorifies. I know that different varieties of living entities are spread throughout the universe, which is caused by the total material energy. And I know that they are sometimes manifest and sometimes unmanifest. But I have never experienced the supreme form I behold as I see you now. Now, all kinds of methods of theorizing have come to an end. When we don't know the main, we have so many speculations or creating our own concoctions. But when this knowledge is revealed by the Lord, then everything will disappear. Hmm. So all these things will go. Bhaktiyama abhijanati. So that is the process through which we know everything. And here, my dear Lord, at the end of each millennium, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, dissolves everything manifested within the universe into his belly. He lies down on the lap of Seshanag. Uh, from his navel sprouts a golden lotus flower on the stem, and on that lotus, Lord Brahma is created. I can understand that you are the same Supreme Lord. I therefore offer my obeisances. And in this, this is kind of more understanding which we have come across in the past chapters, different cantos, telling the different, or maybe we'll take only this Brahma Samhita. Yasyaika Nishvasita Kalam Athavalambya Jivanti Loma Vijlaja Jagadandanath Vishnur Mahan Saiha Yasya Kala Visesho Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. At each of at the end of each and every millennium, When all the material worlds are dissolved, everything enters the body of Garbhodaka Shai Vishnu, who is lying on the lap of Seshanag. Uh, so those who are non-devotees cannot understand the different forms of Vishnu. Usually, we think, hey, in Vishnu, I thought only one Vishnu. There are so many Vishnus, huh? And their position in regard to the creation, how Lord is expanding Himself into various Vishnu forms and dealing. Hmm? So they consider all the statements of Shastras to be stories. As a result of their inexperience in the absolute truth and their reluctance to accept authority, they become more and more atheistic. This is what happens. As soon as when it's something I cannot understand, I think it is not possible because I think that I am super intelligent. So that's what is the seed of atheism. In other words, unless one comes in contact with devotee, it is not possible to understand the transcendental form or the spiritual world and its transcendental activities. So that's why the atheists always they think that hey, we are super intelligent. Why? Because they do not accept the devotee. Because of their envious, devotees cannot preach them, and in that way they create their own island and they want to live happily forever. त्वं नित्यमुक्त परिशुद्ध विबुद्ध आत्मा कूटस्थ आदि पुरुषो भगवां स्त्री अधीश यद बुद्धि अवस्थितिम अखंडितया स्वदृष्ट्या दृष्टा स्थिता अधिमख अधिमखो व्यतिरिक्त आसि. My Lord, by your unbroken transcendental glance, you are the supreme witness of all stages of intellectual activities. You are eternally liberated. Your existence is situated in pure goodness, and you are existent in the super soul without change. So, thus, you are always different from the ordinary living entities. This verse, it's telling like what is the difference between the Lord and a conditional life. Yeah, and he says, you maintain all affairs of the entire universe, and yet you stand aloof and are the enjoyer of results of all sacrifices. In the purport, Prabhupada is giving, what is that? That here, uh, in this verse, we see that Nitya Mukta, hmm, the Lord, um, hmm, where is this? Nitya Mukta, yeah. So Tvam Nitya Mukta means eternally liberated. You are eternally liberated. Whereas the quality of a conditioned soul is liberated only by Lord's mercy. Liberation is possible, but it's possible by the mercy of the Lord. And then there is this Parishuddha, uncontaminated, completely pure. But we, because of that adulteration of materialistic thoughts, which is why we are here. So we are not pure, we are contaminated. And then Vibuddha, full of knowledge, omniscient. We to some extent have knowledge, but not omniscient. We don't know what happened in someone's life, what is other person thinking about you, what has happened in different part of the world. We don't know. Whereas Lord is Vibuddha, full of knowledge. Atma, here it's referred that, yeah, Atma, supreme soul. The Lord is supreme soul by quality. He is supreme. We are only Atma, very, very fragmental, infinitesimal. What is the next word? Kutastha, changeless. Lord is at this. Uh, uh, we full of change. Yeah. In our previous life, we may be some dog or a cat, and before life, we may be some snake. We are taking birth. Yeah. So many times we are constantly changing, but the Lord is not changing. Adi, Lord is Adi Purusha. Adi Purusha, He is original personality and the cause. And of course, we are not the cause of all causes. We create our own problems with the karma or free will that is there, but not we are the cause of everything. And then Bhagavams, uh, full with six opulences. And we we may yeah, we don't have uh, good qualities. What to talk about the degree of what Lord possesses? We only have very, very, very uh, small fraction of them. That too, we are not talking about these qualities which is transcendental. These are material qualities which we have, and but um, the conditioned soul is devoid or bereft of good qualities. Whereas the Lord is a reservoir, Bhagavans. Hmm. Triadhisha. He is the master of all three modes of material nature, mode of goodness, passion, ignorance, and we are conditioned, we are controlled by that. Then Buddhi. Here, Buddhya Avasthitim, stable in intelligence, whereas our intelligence is subject to conditions of waking, sleeping, and dreaming. This is what Yoga Sutras say. Then what is that? Avasthita, Akhanditaya, unbroken. Mm. Akhanditaya swa drishtya. Constant seer through the Chit Shakti. So, whereas our vision is disrupted vision because um, intelligence undergoes these different kinds of states in different places. Like if we are awake, we do one way of seeing, and sleeping one way, and then the sleeping dreaming. Yeah. Swadam. Drishtya over. So we cannot witness. Yeah. Um, and then Sthitau, situated in action of maintaining the universe. This is what Dhruva Maharaj is saying. But we cannot even maintain ourselves. Hmm? And Adhimakao, this is what enjoyer of Makha means sacrifices. Adhimaka means enjoyer of sacrifices. And we are actually dependent on sacrifices. Because in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is saying that by engaging in sacrifices, you can become successful. So you can be blessed. So this whole purport is in these similar lines. Offering sacrifices here he says, Nityo Nityanam Chetasa Chetananam. The Lord is the supreme maintainer. The living entities are meant to serve him by offering sacrifice, for he is the rightful enjoyer of the results of all sacrifices. And I think you read 17, so we will read two more and then close. My dear Lord, in your impersonal manifestation of Brahman, there are always two opposing elements, knowledge and ignorance. Your multi-energy are continually manifest, but the impersonal Brahman, which is undivided, original, changeless, unlimited and blissful, is the cause of material manifestation. Because you are the same impersonal Brahman, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. So even when we are talking about this impersonal Brahman feature of the Lord, it is still the same Lord. Uh, and the Lord manifests. Dhruva Maharaj therefore offered his respectful obeisance unto the impersonal feature of the Lord also. One who realizes this impersonal feature can enjoy the unchangeable Brahmananda, uh, uh, described here as spiritual energy. Srila Vishwanath Chakrabarti Thakur describes that this impersonal feature or Brahman manifestation of the Supreme Lord is meant for persons who are essentially very advanced but still not able to understand the personal feature or variegatedness of the spiritual world. So what is this called? Such devotees are known as Jnana Mishra Bhaktas. So bhakti is there, but it is mixed form of empiric knowledge. Because the empiric Brahman realization is a partial understanding of the absolute truth. Dhruva Maharaj offers his respectful obeisances for that. This is also, please take time to read through this purport, but this is only saying what is the difference between what is the people who come under Jnana Mishra Bhakti, or one devotee whose love is mixed with empiric knowledge. When he is still further advanced, he can realize that the absolute truth is a person with multi energies. An advanced devotee can understand the Lord and his creative energy. As soon as one accepts the creative energy of the absolute truth, the six opulences of the Lord are also understood. Hmm? And with this example in this, an example is given in this connection by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur of a person proceeding towards a destination. As he approaches, he sees the destination from a distant place, just as he sees a city from a distance. At that time, he simply understands that the city is situated at a distance. When he comes still nearer, however, he sees the domes and flags. But as soon as he enters the city, he sees various paths, gardens, lakes, marketplaces with shops and persons buying. He sees varieties of cinema houses and he sees dancing and jubilation. When a person actually enters the city and personally sees the activities of city, he becomes satisfied. And then, oh Lord, you are the supreme personified form of all benediction. Therefore, for one who abides in your devotional service with no other desire, worshipping your lotus feet is better than becoming king and lording it over a kingdom. Yeah, here he's talking about what he has asked. Huh? This purport also can take a good amount of time, but I'll close in 5 minutes. That is the benediction of worshipping your lotus feet. It is how, like, to ignorant devotees like me, you are the causeless, merciful maintainer, just like a cow who takes care of newly born calves by supplying milk and giving it protection from attack. So this analogy is so nice because a calf doesn't know anything. I think in the purport. Um, this is all about Panchama Purushartha explaining. Where is that? Yeah. Yeah. The cow again. Okay, a devotee must be very sincere. No, did I miss somewhere? Anyway, when let's go a little slowly then. So here is saying that Dhruva Maharaj was cognizant of defective nature of his own devotional service. Uh, Pure devotional service is without material form and is not covered by mental speculation or fruitive activities. Pure devotional service is therefore called ahaituki, unmotivated. Uh, Dhruva Maharaj knew that he had come to worship the Lord in devotional service with a motive to get the kingdom of his father. Such adulterated devotee can never see the Supreme Personality of Godhead face to face. He therefore felt very grateful for the causeless mercy of the Lord. The Lord is so merciful that not only here is a side, not only does he fulfill the desires of a devotee who is driven by ignorance and desires for material benefit, but he also gives such a devotee all protection, just as cow gives milk to a newly born calf. Hmm. Lord gives intelligence. A devotee must be very sincere in his devotional service. Then, although there may be many things wrong on devotee's part, Krishna will guide him and gradually elevate him to the highest position of devotional service. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, maybe I read at some other source. Yeah, we know that this calf is very helpless. The calf cannot itself do anything, but the cow is mercifully pouring milk so that the calf is nourished, nurtured. Okay, I'll stop here. Thank you very much. Is there anything anyone want to add? Maybe I was still a little fast. It was still a brief.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, you want to say about Pancham Purusartha? I think it's there, na, in the purport. It's seen on the screen.
No, I was not interested. I was looking for this example of the cow, because analogy of cow and calf. Na, I read somewhere, yeah, why it is so uh, special. Yeah, just like a calf cannot do on its own, it's the cow who is nurturing. Similarly, the Lord, though we may have different kinds of desires, we may not do our bhakti itself properly, but the Lord is so mercifully supplying everything that we. So if we are going to temple, it is not because we did effort; it is the Lord who is giving the energy and facility. So that is what it refers to. Okay, yeah. Thanks, Omkareshwar. No, I was saying Pancham Purushartham because I said these things we already have discussed. That's why we are skipping.
Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank
Krishna
you.
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for this wonderful narration. I think
Mhm.
Guru Maharaj and Prabhupada covered the whole 6 sessions of gender self-discovery in this
Yeah,
chapter.
yeah.
What is
Yeah.
real happiness? Yeah. Who
Yeah,
am I?
when
Who is God? Yeah.
Yeah, when I was reading, I felt the same that the journey of self-discovery, it's not to just attract atheistic or to attract. No, this is also is so intricate part of this philosophy, and it indeed is bhakti only. It's not like if you are conducting a journey of self-discovery, you are doing bhakti. Yeah,
Yes, Prabhuji, actually, I was also thinking the same. All these things are, belonging to that part which
yeah,
Adi
yeah,
Sadhguru also says. And
yeah,
it's for a preacher, I think this is the perfect teachings here in
yeah,
these.
yeah. Of course, there is so much depth. At the same time, it is like journey of self-discovery in a deeper understanding, how to connect it to the Lord. Nice.
Yes. So Prabhuji, Dhruva Maharaj, so he achieved the level of bhava or the level
Yeah,
of
Bhava
the
Bhakti.
bhava bhakti. Okay.
Hmm.
And Prabhuji, I also heard that someone who is on the level of prema,
Hmm.
the soul cannot stay in the material body. Is it also right? So this material body cannot, yeah,
One
I
who
mean
is
this,
in prema.
yes, the soul leaves the material body and the material body is not suitable at all. Oh,
Yeah, I mean, as per what I know is that if someone is in the stage of prema sthai, yeah, so this is usually the gopis and uh, associates of the Lord. So definitely they are in the spiritual world. But if to please the Lord, if the Lord has some engagement, they can still be in the prema and then be in the material world. But they're no more in the limits of the material world or conditioning of the material world. So they are not jivas like I mean, if you're asking that, so they become the associates of the Lord, not jiva baddha, nitya mukta.
okay, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Hmm.
And this Prahlad Maharaj Prabhuji, did he also achieve the bhava bhakti or when Narasimha came?
I mean, if I remember, there is also reference that he experienced great symptoms. So definitely, yeah.
Okay. Hmm. So these 8 symptoms denote the bhava bhakti.
When one is in the bhava, because of that 5 kinds of bhavas, one can experience these kind of 8 symptoms. Vibhava, Anubhava, uh, Vibichar. So I think this is coming in the 50 chapter or somewhere about this in Nectar of Devotion. There examples are given who is getting what kind of such symptoms. Yeah, I have to refer. I mean, it's been very long back, but yeah, if one wants, they can find it in Nectar of Devotion.
Yes, okay, Prabhuji. Yeah. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Hare Krishna. Yes. Oh, Hemagori Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Prabhuji, maybe it's a basic question. So thanks for the wonderful class. And so we see Dhruva star, right, Prabhuji? So you said Dhruva planet is given to Dhruva Maharaj.
Mm-hmm.
So is both are the same? Because while universe is inherited, then
It is still there.
yeah, it is still there, you said, right? So the star and the kingdom both are same, the planet both are same.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
these are same.
Mhm.
And that's why what is happening, it is still there. And that is the greatness, yeah, of the Lord, that He is granting such a thing that is imperishable, yeah, not temporary. Even if we are seeing now, like in devotion also, when we are practicing bhakti, what we are getting in next life, we are not losing it. What Lord is blessing in bhakti, that stays. And here, though we see this Dhruva Maharaj is given. First of all, Dhruva Maharaj is saying that I don't want all these things. After seeing the Lord, no, no, no. You wanted to enjoy. You enjoy everything.
Yes, Prabhuji. Right. But he don't have that desire, right? But still he
No.
is it because
Hmm.
since God is uh, uh, Lord told him like that, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
That will come, I think, 3 chapters later, in detail, like what was situation or what was the position of Dhruva Maharaj later, and what Lord has given, and those things will come. Yeah.
Okay. Yes,
So your
Prabhu.
question will be further answered there.
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Shashwati Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, my question is that when you explained that the manifestation of Lord come to devotees' heart, automatically, in which phase this happens? This is the question, Prabhuji.
Yeah, I didn't get your question. So what stage one has to come to see the Lord in one's heart? Is that the
Yes,
question?
Prabhuji. Like there are the some phase states now, and like a begin. Yes, when it happens, this automatic manifestation of the Lord.
It's not automatic. It is
Okay.
only when we do something, then the Lord appears. So,
Mhm.
and at what stage is that? Here we see that through meditation, through this yoga process, one is coming. But for that, one is has to come to a stage of not identifying with one's own body. This is one thing, and uh, fully absorbed in remembering, yeah, Shravanam Kirtanam, to, as we see that this is what is the Samadhi stage, where in that full absorption one is forgetting himself, and when one comes to that stage, then he is able to see, just like no, not that example. Just I was thinking about the light, but no, in the stage of one, when one he himself understands that he is not this body. Hmm? So that stage, no, yeah, the right thing is one when one uh, understands that he is not this body, hmm, and when that realization comes, and when he then is turning towards the super soul, and then when he's praying, yeah, then the Lord is revealing. And of course, once when a press reporter or someone asked Prabhupada, "Did you see Krishna?" He said yes. Yeah, yeah, because though Prabhupada was in this material world, in where we are also living, but he was not at all conditioned. He is a liberated personality. He could see Krishna everywhere. He could see, yeah, there are examples. Yesterday also in the class, someone was saying when Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj took out the Radha Krishna deities, Prabhupada deities, and kept on the table, then Prabhupada said that, see how nicely Radha Krishna are dancing. He could see. Hmm. So that is the stage where one is becoming free from material contamination and identity of the body. Yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji, I was thinking like this Mataji who painted all the paintings now. Oh.
Arundhati Mataji.
And Jadurani Mataji.
Yadurani
Yadurani.
Mataji.
So this is also like Prabhupada explained to them, and she came up with this all
Yeah.
the beautiful paintings. So this is the thing, I wanted to understand, like this kind of revelations comes when one follows the spiritual master,
Spiritual
and
master.
then
Yeah.
then for that, like not like if with the devotional service, that this kind of manifestations come.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. I mean, yes, with devotional service only one is blessed with that energy, strength, vision. And yeah, her paintings are so authentic. And Prabhupada approved it. That means these are indeed not imaginations. And she's empowered to paint. the spiritual world for us. And this is one thing. The other thing just came to my mind, this revelation. Yeah, this revelation is coming from the blessings or the strength of a spiritual master. Yeah, I mean, not only for painting, not only for that, but in terms of our understanding of bhakti also is so much dependent on the association of senior devotees, and spiritual master, through which we can get that vision. Yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, thank you very much. Hare Krishna. And Shubha Mataji, so I hope after reading and hearing there is more content you gain.
Yes, yes. Now I understand why I was having that emotion, that fearfulness, because I was getting aware of how ignorant I am, and at the same time I was feeling emotional. My eyes were filled with tears. My cunt was choking. And still, uh, because I at the same time I was getting aware, I was getting enlightened, so to say, that how our Lord is so merciful, that so I was very hopeful at the same time. And still, like, this is I'm still feeling all these emotions. And yes, I'm very hopeful that I'm in the right group and in right association, and yes, I will
Yeah.
someday.
Yeah, Prabhupada home is really our home. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So then all these makes it very, very warm, welcoming, so that we don't feel like, okay, oh, what may happen now? We don't. We are very, very fearless. Yeah, we don't have to fear, because we are at, as you said, right place, and gaining right insights into the right things. Yeah, so that we
Yeah.
can make a right step confidently.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so
Hare
much.
Krishna. Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Mataji. Anyone else want to add, or? Our next destination is Shweta Mataji's house. We are always getting ready. Shweta Mataji, you're on mute, maybe. Busy anyway. Today is a busy day for her. She's hosting a nice program in the afternoon. Whoever can make it, make it. Omkareshwar Prabhu, I heard your car. Yeah, you said car is broke down.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Mm.
So I have given it already for inspection. Yes.
Yeah, things happen. Huh?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah, we will miss it, but yeah, we can hear the katha. Actually, I think Ram Raga Prabhu will share already on the group.
I think so. He will do.
Yes.
Okay. Okay then. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes.
Prabhuji, one last question.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I won't be able to join wherever you are hosting the katha today, but if I got free early, can I join in the group and I can also hear the katha?
Which group? I didn't understand.
Which this which you were just talking about, that
Yeah. So the program, there is a home program at in NOS. Yeah.
okay.
And yeah. And yeah, in case if you cannot make it, no worries. Then you can join online.
Yes.
Best would be real at spot, because that gives more eye-to-eye contact, and also will be a different experience. And also prasadam will be there, and opportunity to talk. But otherwise, yeah, Ram Raghav Prabhu may stream it, and then the link will be shared on the Our group. I think are you there in that?
Pure Bliss?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So it will be posted there.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Grunda Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Anant Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai, Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur ki jai. Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpatarabhyasya kripa sindhubhyev cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Thank you.